transformer 工具パワーチェンジ We are one One chance 戦え時を超え One touch 変形かっこいい One word 世界をひとまとめ 航空の力でトランスフォーマー心一つ燃え上がれ We are one トランスフォーマー立ち上がれ We are one トランスフォーマー工具パワーチェンジ戦えトランスフォーマー ナンバーエリータ犬ならつながる俺たち一緒に一度の人生二人心一つ燃え上がれ To all I want トランスフォーマー立ち上がれ To all I want トランスフォーマー工具パワーチェンジ戦えトランスフォーマー One We are one
And now, through the magic of the Cybernet Space Cube, the computer-enhanced podcast of the future, Transformers Slag Podcast.
What up, everybody? How we all doing? Sunday night. Promised I'd be doing another segment, something a little different, because literally the rest of the week you're not going to have this face because of San Diego Comic-Con. So that's why we have a Sunday stream on top of a Saturday stream. And I figured since you already got me Saturday yesterday, why don't we do something different for Sunday? But first, my name's Protoman. This is the Transformer Slag Sunday night live stream. This is the face that runs this place as the voice here Monday, Friday, Saturday, and now Sunday. And how we all doing? I am in my dining area. You can tell I live in a very Asian kind of household. Just by the background. No robots in the skies, but we're gonna do something. We're going to do something special today, something that I've been promising to do for a while now. The audio quality is not going to be the best. I'm on a extremely squeaky breakfast nook chair. This is all happening right here from the breakfast nook, I guess. We're going to be checking out some really rare books and stuff from the archives of Protoman. I have probably over 250 to 300 reference books and guides and everything of Transformers, and a lot of them have never been scanned, or most of them just, are just rare in the market and people don't have them and whatever. So we're just going to kind of chill with that stuff. We'll take some super chats from the fans. We'll just relax this evening. Who do we got in the chat? To use this mic, I'm using a optical mouse this time. Let's see. We got Patrick Brown. We got Tucker is here. Bigham. James Hopkins. T-Formers 2002. What's up? Guillaume is here. Let's see. Who else is here? Roman is here. People are slowly piling in. We got some of our patrons too. I think I saw Alden is here. Alden is here. Who else? Who else? A few other people. Either way, so let's get rid of my mug. Let's just go here to the camera settings. And let's just shrink me, because who cares about me? So I'm just going to be this little thing in the corner here. How about that? That's all you're going to get of me here. But you're going to get this instead, because we're going to be having a beautiful tapestry of all kinds of cool stuff. This is going to be something new that we'll do every so often, where we'll look at cool stuff and have this cool little background here and everything like that in HD on this marble table here. Stay in school, kids. So before that, I want to give a shout out. My boy Derek. Aaron. Jeez, this is already. I'm already tired. I haven't left yet for SDCC. My boy Aaron, his brand new book. We're actually going to see some Derek stuff too in a moment. Probably spoiled already. His new book, Volume 3, Art of Transforming Robots by Aaron Archer, is on his web shop right now. Good stuff. Good stuff. I don't want to spoil too much, but you can pay an extra $15 and he'll do you a nice, beautiful sketch in there, and he'll sign it. And again, I don't want to spoil, but I always like showing my favorite page at least. I really like this page. And again, what's cool about this one is this is really kind of celebrating the instruction manuals throughout the years of Transformers with the Posca paintings over them. So you get some really cool stuff. So this is kind of like the classics-esque spot here. So you got a nice Rodimus, which should have been Hot Rod, but they didn't have the trademark at the time. Cliff Jumper, which was technically one of the very first third-party stuff by Fans Project. If anyone remembers back in the day. That beautiful Mirage toy, absolutely love that one. And one of the many sea sprays that we get throughout the years. But so we're gonna be checking out this stuff today. We have a lot of cool stuff, and you're gonna see a lot of rare stuff today. Let me tell you, a lot of rare stuff. But again, let me plug my boys. So again, check out, where's that slide? There we go. So go check out Aaron's book. Good stuff. I did not plan where I'm putting all the books that I'm not going to be looking at. I probably should have planned that. One moment. Because I brought a stack of stuff, guys. Let me tell you. Oh, this squeaky ass chair. Anyways, so we're going to go through some stuff. My face is here, but who cares about that face? Who cares about that? So we'll start first. This is a really cool one. This is a Guru Crow. This is a supplemental book that came out in 2011. And it essentially, this company usually deals in model kit stuff, Gundam or otherwise. Even in the case of Monogram and everything, very popular Japanese supplemental model book company. And clearly they're going to be talking about this one here. And what's really cool about this book was it was available through Mandarake. It was something that they worked out with them, and they always produce these every so often. And what's cool about this one is it's pretty much almost every Transformers Kabaya model kit from 1985 up until the new generation ones. And they actually kind of reference them a little bit. So it's a really cool book that kind of just shows, like, the early beginnings of the very first Kabaya kits back in the day. And they even show here, like, see, here's the new one, and there's the old one. And they kind of, like, you're able to compare and contrast them. Look, a red sound wave, because they only used, like, 3 molded plastic colors here. And again, if you have any comments, guys, just super chat those if you wish. But see there again, comparing the new Kabaya kit with the old one, and then the G1 toy from '85. So a lot of really cool stuff there, and the guns and everything. Very cool book. And this thing covers everything. Look at the Megatron, how that one was done. And even showing just how different it is and how complex it was to do the Megatron gun as a Kabaya kit back in '85. A lot of cool stuff here. Ultra Magnus, Blaster. And what's cool about it is, we'll just jump ahead a little bit. So obviously you go through the Scramble City stuff, but then you get even to, there's my boy. I probably, no joke, guys, I probably have like 4 of these kits. I don't even need that many. I probably should sell one of them. But I remember I was hoarding them at one point, these guys. The old Rodimus Kabaya kit, the Rodimus Kumboy. Look at that. Look at the Triptychon and the Metroplex. Again, the reds and grays and blacks. Weird color waves for model kits back then in the Kabaya nature. And then we get into the Headmasters era. A lot of cool stuff there. More Headmasters. Again, Fortress Maximus, Scorponok, Raiden. Tiny, tiny kits. Shame they don't actually have a side-by-side. That would have been kind of cool to show. Look at this Metal Hawk one. I got 3 colors also, the whites, everything. Pretty rad. Pretty rad. All the other Pretenders. Got Jinrai, Super Jinrai, aka Power Master Prime. That's really cool. Get into the Seacons, which actually got a new Kabaya release. Then we get to Victory, Stahl Seba, and the Brain Masters, which make Road Caesar, one of my favorite combiners ever. It was Desaurus in red. Might as well be Red Geist when you think about it. People know, they know in that case. Then Multiforce, make Landcross. You got a little mini Victory Saber one, which was much more simplified. And then Victory Leo, and then Lyozak, Lyo Kaiser. All that good stuff there. The zoom in wouldn't be easy. Keep in mind, this is actually a small book. So all the other stuff that we'll do will be much more closer. Don't worry. This is actually this is like a tiny supplemental book. Look how big it is compared to my hand. Now, granted, I have big hands, play a lot of basketball, but this is actually quite a tiny book, so it looks tiny here. So sorry for that. And then what's cool is afterwards they kind of give a checklist of everything that's existed, and then they give a checklist of all the decoys, because the decoys, while here in America they were packaged with our figures, like our 1986-87 figures, the decoys were packed in. In Japan, they were blind backed in boxes. So it was kind of part of that Kabaya kind of thing. So here's like the whole decoy list. They actually have some missing ones. So the person who put this book together actually is missing some. I think that's Sunstreaker. That is one of the Insecticons. He's missing Bombshell. And this one here is Furenzi. Okay, so you're missing Sunstreaker, Bombshell, and Frenzy are missing from this book. And then you got all the other ones. These are the ones we never got here in America. So the Rodimuses. This book is actually missing some of the combiner ones. They had some glow in the dark ones. Here's some of the American ones. The cool little erasers and everything. There's some of the other glow in the dark ones that they got. Cool Kabaya stuff. All the cool Kabaya stuff. Again, this was a very interesting book. Very tough to get today. I have no idea how I could even recommend how people would be able to get their hands on this. It was just one of those things. It came out in Mandarake. If you got it, you got it. If you didn't, you didn't. And unfortunately, that was it. But a cool little guidebook to that. There's that one. Next up, there's another rare one. Again, also a tiny book. This was the Hasbro Design Sketchbook. This came out in 2009 and was pretty much a Hasbro employee kind of thing. It was obviously handed out to some hyper fans and stuff like that, and artists who worked on the brand. And what was cool about this was kind of an encapsulation of what was happening at the time in Hasbro, and there's a lot of really cool pages in here and stuff. And you kind of get a foreword from Brian Chapman, who is the head of design of the global brand. And what was really cool about him, because you would get these like nice layers here. So like here's the Springer, right? And then you get these acetate on here. Look at that. Isn't that cool? That's like a very like pre-animated kind of Springer, because animated was just kind of popping off at the time in 2009. And this is kind of like also like early, like it's not Transformers Prime, but definitely the early like prototypes of what would be Transformers Prime for 2009 at the time. So very cool stuff, this one. Love that. And you got again just some fun little drawings here from different people at the brand. A very kind of prototype. Daniel Witwicky. Like there you got the RC, and you got a nice lockdown there. A lot of cool little things. Just all kinds of ideas, early sketches, early stuff. A lot of cool stuff here. Then of course we get into more Transformers. And then there's G.I. Joe, which again you're gonna get layers for the Scarlet here. Nice colors. Very, very cool. Some Joe stuff. I think Aaron did some of these also during the rise of Cobra. Worked on some of the bases. So really cool stuff there. I think that's supposed to be Bombshell, one of the early incarnations of her. Or Zorana. Maybe it's Zorana. It's either Zorana or Bombshell. There's Baroness. And then you got Lady J and Flint. There's some more cartoons. Look at this one here. You got Hound, but then you got Roadblock, which is kind of ironic because I think a Hound toy at one point was named Roadblock. So that's funny how that works. You got a Scarlet, but done in the movie kind of gear. A lot of really cool stuff there. My Little Pony stuff we're going to fall into here. Probably not your jam so much there, but you got a little mix of everything, a little bit of Micronauts ideas and everything, and just them having fun. What else we got here? Probably interesting motorcycle stuff. A little bit of Marvel, because obviously the Legends brand is with Hasbro. So you got a little bit of that. There's some X-23, Black Bolt, Wolverine. I want to make sure this was at the time, this was the Superhero Squad, if anyone remembers that back in the day. Don't worry, we'll get to who worked on this. There's a cool page at the end. So a lot more Marvel. Look at that. Look at Thanos 2009 before he became the hippest thing ever. Remember Mighty Mugs? Before there was Funko, there was Mighty Mugs. Hasbro was ahead of the curve on that one. So that's a Mighty Mugs. Here's the Star Wars section. More Mighty Mugs. A lot of cool stuff here. Shane Aaron's not in the chat. He'd get a dig out of this because this is all his stuff. A lot of it. Same thing, the Galactic Heroes, which was their version of the Robot Heroes or the Superhero Squad. More of that, just kind of testing ideas. And again, more of the sketch stuff, the interlayers of it for play sets. In this case, the AT-AT and Hoth. A lot of cool stuff there. A lot of Star Wars, and then, of course, everyone who worked on it. Every signature. There's Aaron. There's John Warden, who you're probably familiar with today. Jared Wade worked a lot with the Transformers brand at the time. Who's here also names you probably recognize. There's Joe Nung. He would work with a lot with the Transformer comics and stuff. Really cool dude too. Eric Siebeneller, animated almost most of the Unicron trilogy, especially Cybertron. Trying to recognize some of these. Andrew Frankel, that's from our Alternators. Helped with the Alternators brand. A lot of cool stuff here. A lot of cool stuff with that one. This is a very, very, very rare book. Just wanted to share that with you guys, that one too. Really cool one. You know. Aaron, you just came in now. Look at this, Aaron. Look at this. Look familiar, Aaron? The old books. The old sketchbook, design sketchbook. Doing all the today's book day. We're doing book day today. It's like I summoned him. This is like the Nephronomicon. Let me grab some water. It's gonna be a long day. Dawn's name is there, actually. That's funny. Don't think Dawn is there. No. Got John Warden, Siebeneller, Archer, Frankel, Joe Nung. Dawn is the way Dawn signs. He literally writes Dawn. It's very easy to tell his signature, like especially on his art. He literally just writes Dawn in like block letters. So, but no Dawn, unfortunately. Even though he's definitely awesome. Definitely awesome. So there's that one too. That's another really cool one from the rare archives. Here's a before and after. So this is one of Derek Wyatt's first sketchbooks before he did Transformers Animated. This is, I believe, at the time he was probably working on Teen Titans and Super Duper Sumos, I believe was the other show he was working on at the time when he put this one together. This is pre-animated, this one. A lot of cool stuff with this one too. You can see a lot of obviously Teen Titans, but then you can obviously see stuff that clearly shows that Derek was destined to do Transformers. You know, was that the employee only one, that book? That's what I thought. Like, it was gifted to me by. Okay, I probably won't say his name on the air. I don't want to get him in trouble, but yeah. So really, well, you know who, you know who. Anyways, but yeah, got that one. So got some Nightwing / Robin there, Teen Titans, more Teen Titans, more Teen Titans. That was kind of his jam at the time, all the villains here. And we're going to get into the Transformer stuff soon. Oh, I love this one. Pigmon from Ultraman. This is why me and Derek got along so well, because we had very similar taste in weird stuff. And like in Kaiju, specifically Ultraman, I love Pigmon. I have like a micro Pigmon collection in this house. One day I should take a photo of it. It's all kinds of weird stuff. So like that, a nice Pigmon in there. What else we got? We're getting to the Transformer stuff soon too. This is more of a. Oh, here we go. It's probably the next page. Next page or so. You're getting into it. Getting into it. There we go. Got some head designs there. A little bit of everything. Again, this is all pre-animated, so it's just him having fun. You know, a little bit of this and that. A little bit of this and that. That's like a very kind of blur head there. Straxus, Beast Machines, Primal. Very cool. What else do we got? Yeah, some almost like a prototype kind of Sorry there, but not Sorry. Yeah, a lot of fun stuff in there. Just him having fun with his sketches. That's totally something he would have drawn with Josh Perez back in the day. You know, very cool stuff. Very, very cool stuff. Yeah, rest in peace, Derek. You did some amazing work, my man. So that was a gift I got from Derek back in, I want to say 2009. He probably gave me this. Probably. I know that I got this, and then he also had some of the cells for animated. Not the cells, but like the line art that they would then digitally use to make the animations and stuff. So very, very cool. By one from Derek. And then to kind of contrast that, this is an extremely rare book. This is one of Derek's very last published material. This was Geekspark. It was a Japanese fan book that, here's Derek's stuff. This was his very last published work of Transformers. And a lot of talented people in this book too. And limited run, it was Wonder Festival 2020 maybe, or 2019. What is this? I want to be sure. I want to speak out of line. One moment. Excuse me, 2016. And yeah, Aaron Archer says, I think I got my copy from Derek Wyatt when Sam Register was trying to get Hasbro to go in that. Well, that's why, yeah, because this book, the what book, this was, geez, what was this? Derek, yeah, this was 2004. So think about that for a second. 2004, this was done. So a good, like, solid, gosh, I want to say like 2 years before you guys probably started even thinking about animated, and a good solid 4 years before we knew what animated was. So very, very cool stuff. But so this one here, this was one of Derek's very last published stuff. There is other artists in here. I don't want to go through all of it because I want to respect the nature of this art book, but I will show some highlights of cool dudes that are in it. Let's see. Let's find my boy Sakamoto. So first we got Sakamoto-san. I will always sing his praises forever. He's one of the coolest Japanese dudes ever. I'm a huge fan of him. He's a huge fan of me. Uh, we rage against the machine all the time, and I love him for it. Uh, that's the one thing I miss from BotCon days, is always going out to dinner with him back in the day. You know, so that's some of his stuff. Good old Hayato, love him, awesome stuff. And then here we go, Alex Milne. That's his contribution to the book. Obviously, there's a few Westerners in here too. That's why Derek's in here. Some more Alex Milne art, really cool stuff in there. Obviously, the ladies of Transformers, beautiful, exclusive for this book. This art wasn't anywhere else. Then of course we got my boy Joshua Perez. What? Love Josh. And then he got Bumblebee, Pretender Shell. Love that one from Josh. Really cool stuff. And I like there's nice little bios of each person and what they did within the hobby. So really awesome. Let's see what else. Sorry if I pull it away because I just want to. I got Matt Youngbird, also someone who worked on animated. He's in here too. Very cool. So you get some little, supplemental animated stuff. And then here's the good stuff. This is some of Derek's very last stuff. So you want some canon right here? You want some canon? You want some season 4? Not that bogus stuff that they were selling you on the other side of the ocean. I'm not going to throw shade, but when you spoke to the source and not some, hearsay. So some more Derek. Here's some Metal Hawk, Pretender Shell, Giant Robot Mode, Hoku without the Pretender armor on, but with the Storbidium sword. And then you have also, which of the cover, Fire Guts, Jinrai. There's Jinrai, which with a hot dog on his chest. I love that. And Jinrai armor. If he was the high Q version, which is bald, he kind of covered both bases there. Very, very cool. Very, very cool, all this stuff. And then, of course, more Derek. Again, Goto Jinrai meets Asari. And then Galvatron by Derek Wyatt. So, again, season 4. What could have been. And again, this was the very last published thing that Derek ever did. So this is like, if you could get your hands on this book, this is a very important book for if you're an animated fan. You got to go out of your way. This book easily, I think, goes for like $150 now or something. It's pretty crazy. So, yeah, very cool book. Again, Geekspark, no A, SPRK, but it's Geekspark. More than just a Geekspark. Very, very cool book. Very, very cool. Very awesome. Were those Daleks? Yes, they were in the Derek Wyatt, the first book. Yeah, that was. Derek was doodling all kinds of crazy stuff. Now we get to the bigger books. So this one here, man, this book goes for like $500 now. It's crazy how much this one goes for. This is Machine Robo Wedge. This is the guys that did the Transformers Generation guidebooks. They did let me just move the OB down. They did this exact same thing, but for GoBots and Machine Robo. But they even did one better because they also included a DVD with it that has all the commercials from the beginning up until, I want to say, CG Robo, which is like about 1995, I want to say. But this book, oh my goodness. If you could get this for even less than $100, it's worth every single penny. Aaron, I hope you didn't say you lost this book, because this book is money. Every time I talk about this book to people, they go looking for it and they go, way too expensive. Way too expensive. So it covers, like, what's great about it, shows every mint in box example. including box variations, and then it goes year by year of every one. Every single one. Every single variant, every single color scheme. You know, fantastic, fantastic book. So even like the lucky draws they have there, they did a few lucky draw promotion items through Kero magazine. There's the best 5 series, which are some of the rarer ones. Of course, some stuff that we're more familiar with, of course, as Americans, like the Puzzlers and everything. And then what's even cool is they even have the American variants in the back of the book too. Don't have a DVD player anymore? That's what a PlayStation 3 is for. Or a PlayStation 2. If you have something that plays disc, you could probably play it. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff. Super GoBots. I mean, this book's huge. I'm not going to go page by page, but I mean, there's just so much crazy stuff in here. And so they even show like, design stuff that would have been, you know, all kinds of bases and stuff. Even like Machine Robo Rescue, like they even cover the more modern stuff from the 2000s are in here. So Jet and Drill, all the dudes, all the big play sets. Mugenbein, I love Machine Robo Mugenbein. Look, all the variants of Mugenbein stuff. Very classic stuff there. Love it, love it, love it. Love it. Great stuff. Great stuff. I hope one day they maybe do like a supplemental update which has like the new Machine Robo stuff. Like, see, here's all the American stuff, all the American packaging, Robo Machine for Europe, Rock Lords. Here's all the MRT collection, which is all the Machine Robo GoBot stuff that was made just for the Tonka American market. My boy Vanguardian, my favorite of all the GoBots, right there. Come on, Hasbro, just take Braun, retool him a bit, make it happen. That's what I'm talking about. We did it with third party. Why not? Great stuff. Ah, the classic. The classics. Ah, the classics. Great stuff. Great book. Great book. Oh, one more thing. I think I saw Creepy. There's Creepy. Mailway exclusive. The only GoBot Mailway exclusive. Creepy. That little Constructicon colored bug. Great stuff. Great book. Again, if you can get it cheap, if you can, snatch it up. How much was this? This was 3,300 yen. So it was probably, back then, probably about $28, $29. That's probably what I paid for it back then. I always get these, whenever I find out about these books, I try to buy them right away. Yeah, great stuff. Great book. Great book. Now let's go a little more 90s. We left the 80s. We'll go into the 90s now. We're not going, this is like barely like 1% of my book collection. I just picked out some ones that I felt are really cool. Some stuff to talk about today. What do we got here? Will Murphy, what's up, Will? The camera's in the bottom here. You can see me waving. We're just doing books today. Yeah, I don't own a console anymore. Only have money for only one habit. Well, it's the name of the game. Well, that's creepy. So this is a Beast Wars character guidebook that the reason why I bought this was because of all the unique art that is in this, specifically the unique art that was made for the box art for Japan. So what's cool is you get all this like really cool unique art and everything, but you also get kind of the closest that we get to uncut, clean art of the box art. So you get some of this unique key art here and stuff like Conboy versus Megatron, Beast of Conboy, and then of course explaining the story. But then you get all this great unique art. Whoa, she is just popping out there. God bless you, Japan. Giggity. But yeah, like you get like all that box art there, which is really cool. I dig it so much. And these were all used for the card art and stuff, and you didn't really get any like good high-res versions of those. So this kind of made up for it in a lot of ways by having a book that did that. It looks great. Just looks great. I always like seeing other regions and how they interpret, Transformers media. Like if you have a Western property and how the Eastern property interprets it or vice versa, you always get really good stuff with that. You got Wedge for 35, then you hit the lottery, my friend. You could turn around and sell it. Where's the big red dragon? The Big Red Dragon won't be in this one, unfortunately, because this is mostly season 1 stuff. I'm going to get to some really good art here in this one, though. Look at this. This is when they weren't really sure. Okay, are we going to make Air Razor male? And obviously, Air Razor was male in the Japanese interpretation of it, having a more samurai to apprentice relationship with Tigatron, which led to some yeah. There's the Megatron. Look at the art on this one. This is just because they used a little bit of like kind of early CG from Japan for this art. Look at that smile. I love him. I love him. You can almost hear him being voiced by David Kay, but not quite. And then you go back to the more traditional watercolor art here from Japan with all the different guys. Again, tarantulas. Look at that. That is just amazing. Love that. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. What else we got? We got Waspinator. We got Pterosaur. And we got, there's Black Wreck. Oh, I guess she didn't wear the padded bra on this one. But look, she got abs. Look at that. Maybe at this point, probably when they were drawing this art, they didn't know if the gender yet. Look at that. She went to the gym, though. Definitely went to the gym. Jesus. You know? Then you got My Colony. That is not great, the art. This is art that was clearly made much later from everything else. So, and then again, some more really cool art there, just kind of like talking about the characters. One day I should translate this stuff. I don't know. I have so much stuff I got to translate. That's kind of priority. This next one, this page is awesome. This is a schematic of the inside of the Axelon, and it really shows all the details. And I wish I could kind of like check that out. Like that's where all the business happens in the show. You know, really cool, and it's like shows everything. Really, this should be like no joke. If I could get this spine edited out, this should be like a poster. Like people would, you hang that on your wall if you're a hardcore Beast Wars fan. Really dig that. That's why, again, this book I bought specifically because of all the art. And I believe I got this one from Tony Prito back in the day because he used to get a lot of times all the books. And he would literally forget what he paid for some of these. And you'd end up getting them more or less. Oh, look at this. Some beautiful, again. Convoy Bats, Polar Claw, some Shadow Panther. Beautiful. Beautiful. And see little bios for each one of them, too. These were all characters just unique to the toy line. I mean, let's see. What was this one? This one was 950 yen. So probably when I bought this back in early 2000s, probably maybe like a 2005 Bakon. Probably bought this from him for $10. So maybe he made $2 off of me. But thank you, Tony, because I probably didn't pay much for this back then. This is my pre-mechanic days, so I probably didn't have a lot of money. But what a great book, this one. Next up, Aaron's going to be familiar with this bad boy. This is the Transformers Binaltech and TF Collection Complete Guide. Not really complete, more just what was available at the time in terms of Binaltech alternators and the other kind of branding because they're doing licensed cars. So the other part of the licensed cars, if you checked out the Toy Armada segment, plug. Oh wait, I don't even know where to point. If you check the Toy Armada segment about Binaltech and alternators, we talked about how a lot of this came about because of the reissues that was happening. And so this book pretty much covers the reissues, which was at the time was called the Transformers Collection in Japan, and then Binaltech. This pretty much covers the first 9 releases, but they do really big deep dives into the design of how it came to be. Let's kind of center that. This is a really good book. And another book that you don't see too often anymore. Absolutely awesome. Fantastic book. Just a lot of cool content here. Let's see here. Here's every single one that's going to be covered in extensiveness. So I think up to 12. Yeah. So we're going to go up to 12 with the Wind Charger, which I believe was called Overdrive in Japan. So a lot of good stuff there. So you go into obviously the Subaru and the deal that they had with the WRC at the time and the 2003 model. I'm a big Subaru guy, so I might spend a little bit of a minute here on this. But Man, this book, if you are a Transformer fan and a car enthusiast, this book, this book, oh goodness. Like just the amount of like time that they spend page to page on just like here's the number 7, the number 8, the different drivers that were based on those ones because this is the GT version which had the rocket launcher, you know, with Solberg, who was the driver at the time. Again, all the different angles of it, how beautiful it looked, you know, how the transformation worked, how the engine was, you know, because obviously the engine made the Subaru Boxster low cut engine. Of course, we get into the Silver Streak or Blue Streak for Japan. Looking really good for that normal WRX street model type with normal wing instead of racing spoiler. Again, showing the transformation and how everything works, talking to the designers, how they went about it, the deals, the plans, big interviews, even with the race car drivers. Hey, I like the Transformers. I think he was Italian. I could be wrong, but I think he was Italian. Then you got Lambor, aka Sideswipe. I mean, look at this book. Look at this book. Goodness. Usually like when you have like a guidebook, like this much would be allocated to one character or one figure. This is like multiple pages of every angle of these. These are fantastic books. Fantastic, fantastic. You know, just keeps going. Just keeps going with it. There's the would have been Sideswipe, but they needed to fill out the bad guy, so it ended up becoming Dead End. Desteron. Good stuff there too. More of that. Let me jump ahead a little bit because we'll be here forever, going page by page. Give you the layman's version of it. Maybe the Jazz. We'll just show the Jazz because the Jazz has some Japanese exclusive stuff because you have the red Jazz Meister and then you have the normal Meister. So that's really cool. The two different RX-8s, which was a short-lived car by Mazda. Mazda had high hopes for this car, kind of being the next generation of the RX-7, which was a legendary race car back in the day that, my goodness, went as far back as the late 70s. And then when they went to the RX-8, retiring the FD3S, we got this suicide door, almost kind of family car, which is, not exactly a true successor to the legendary race car of the RX-7. But not going to go into the racing details of it and bore you with it. That's exclusively a Protoman thing. But yeah, red versus yellow. Me and Aaron talked about that. Go check out that segment. Why was one yellow? Why was one red? Why was one blue? Excuse me. And how plastics work with that. Very cool, very cool, very cool. And then, of course, this is cool. Blueprints, design, all behind the scenes stuff. This is where you get into the deep cuts of the Takara design process. I think the Bumblebee. You can see like the Bumblebee that was supposed to be a Volkswagen here. The Jazz that was supposed to here we go. The Jazz that was supposed to be a Porsche. There's the Porsche Jazz that never came to be. Years later, isn't that funny how that works? All the others, early designs, early decos, and designer notes because you got to make sure you got to capture the character, make sure he has that visor, make sure he has that spoiler, the vents on the side that sells in the sun streaker. Great stuff, great stuff. Head designs again, Jazz when he finally became the RX-8. And then here the grid art, stuff, pretty much how you do a front and a side. Anyone who went to the TFCon panel with Aaron Archer saw the Vector Prime stuff. You saw the Vector Prime of this kind of stuff too. Whose hairy hands are these? A masculine man, that's who. A masculine man. And then more interviews with all the different designers. I believe that is Kuniharu. I don't recognize him. Seeing that they talk about how car robots kind of was like the early inspiration for that, using real cars. those sketches are closer to my memories of working on the brand. Well, isn't that awesome, man? It's a lot of that. It's this. I think you have this book too, Aaron. I believe you also have it. Remember you talking about it years ago. And then we get into the Transformer collection stuff. This we don't have to spend much time on. It's really just the reissues because they were doing the Takara book box reissues at the time, so also kind of collection of them, showing some of the variants, which is probably the best part of this is just, oh, hey, Fire Guts, so you get to see the variant of that. See the Black Jinrai, Stepper getting a reissue, which was kind of key for a lot of collectors, not having to spend $1,000. The Black Tracks, the Road Rage, which was an e-hobby exclusive, Clampdown, and everything like that. There's the Road Hauler. There's the GoBots. All our GoBots that we celebrate now. These are my boys. These two. Oh, great figures. Clear Rodimus, Black Rodimus, Detritus. Good stuff. I think that's it for that in this book. Yeah, just pretty much just the reissues. So again, another cool book. This one's pretty uncommon, but a really, really good thick book. Lot of cool stuff with that one. You got 3 copies. Well then, you should sell them for profit. Really good book though. Love that one. Good. What do we got next? So let's jump into 2007 Transformers collection. Hobby Japan doing their collections of books. This pretty much covers most of the Japanese side of Transformer 2007 movie toys, but also some cool little tidbits here and there. Another cool book that kind of just celebrate the brand. And then look, there's some of that line art again for that very first Leader 2007 Optimus. So you get kind of little of that behind the scenes stuff. This is the Mech Tech era. Good old Mech Tech era. Oh, show the jacket removed. Really? Oh, there's the Bumblebee. The secrets that lie beneath. I I did not realize. I did not realize that it was under there. Put it this way. So there's the Bumblebee, Volkswagen, and then you got Porsche, Cliff Jumper. Very cool. I didn't realize that they were there in the book too. Well then, you learn something new every day. You learn something new every day. Usually I don't remove the jackets because I must respect the book. Very cool. Very cool. Uh, isn't it Sunday? Isn't it Saturday? I said yesterday's live stream I wanted to do a Saturday and a Sunday, and the Sunday would be something special, and it would be us looking at books and stuff, pretty much. Because you're not going to have me for a week, so I wanted to do something special for you guys. So we go through some of the archive and things. So again, movie stuff. That's the Mech Tech era. Again, the Bumblebees and all of these that we probably all killed ourselves to get, and then realized that, hey, there's the finish it in 24 hours Protoform Optimus Prime done by Aaron Archer there. I'm a book guy, not a toy guy. Well, this is going to be your show, my friend, because I'm a big book guy too. There's a lot of that. There's the RC. Kind of wish he was in the movie in that style. Either way. And of course the Twin Blaster, the Voyager class Optimus, some of the other cool stuff. Final Battle Jazz. Again, some of that line art again. Grid art for design. Always cool to see that stuff. What else do we got? There's the extremely fragile today GPS Nightmare that is the Protoform Starscream. Every single one of them that I encounter today, usually the gun is damaged. The 2 tips on the back always are broken. And sometimes the missile, if it was put in there, also has busted the spring. And usually the arms are missing. Everything else is prone to GPS, but I find in the secondary market, that's the most common thing I see with that. There's the Megatron, has seen better days in terms of color scheme. Good luck selling one of these today, let me tell you. Good luck selling. Good luck selling a lot of these figures today. Not all of them. Wreckage is still pretty cool. They haven't updated him proper yet. Pretty good figure. Always felt there was like a little bit of G.I. Joe in that one. That could have been done. Swindle. A lot of cool stuff. What's going on here? Got a little Transformers step inside the leader class box and take a photo. There's that Megatron. They always point out how he looked back then. He had like a mouth. Very weird looking design back then. What else? This book also, I believe, oh, here we go. It has the fast action battlers. I used to always joke, I'd say like, if we didn't have like complex Transformer designs like we have today, fast action battlers would have been the main line of movie stuff. Like this is how they would have been put out there. But you want to put that out there. Kisuplaya. Well, before we go into Kiss Play, we also got Frenzy. Probably his best figure was the fast action battler, and sadly still is his best figure after all these years later. Let's see. But yeah, let's get into Kiss Play. Oh yeah. Not safe for work, children. Not safe for work. Not safe for work. But willing to take the risk because it's worth it. Oh yeah. And then we get into more Binaltech, oddly enough, because it was timed around that time. So you got some of the later ones here. So you got like the Laser Wave, Shockwave, the Wheeljack, Prowl, and the two different versions of the RSX. The blue one we never got in America. We got the police version. Also didn't come with the battalion, the battle stick. Of course, the XB Scion, which I forget what they called it in America. What was this called? I think it was called the XB Scion in America too, because it's a Toyota branded car in Japan. I think it was called the Scion in America also. And then, of course, Black Convoy, Clear Leiji, aka Mirage. You got the Binaltech Asterix line, which kind of was like the prototype to what would be Kiss Play. So you got Ai-chan, you got Junko-chan, and you got Lumina-chan that came with Red Alert, Sideswipe, and Brodocast, aka Blaster. A lot of cool stuff there. And then the American releases that they didn't get. So like the ever fragile Swerve, and then Skids, and with the unique color schemes. And then more line art, more design stuff. This one's more of the Binaltech Asterix nature, so there's Lumina there. And then you got MP01 Convoy, coming soon, MP1 Convoy, and then MP2 Convoy, MP3 Convoy. And then you got the Beast Wars stuff, and little things here and there. Little things here and there. Oh, look, you got Mr. Potato Head. You got the CM Corporation. This thing is so fragile today. Do not buy this. Every single one of these I have found in the market is broken. The knees are made out of like caramel. Absolute terrible. And then you got one of the very first designs of Movie Prime right there. One of the earliest designs. And they were kind of putting that together. Very cool. And just, more kind of behind the scenes design work. I think that's it. Yeah. So that's it for that one. What else do we got? These are cool. So this is a triple volume of Transformers Generations. So they started doing these in 2009. And it's kind of like little quarterly celebrations of the brand as well as other stuff. So they'll also throw back. And these are really cool. These, I try to get every issue of these as they come out. Now they do them annually. I actually have the recent one, just came recently. I got it in the mail. We'll probably go through it quickly. But I mean, these are always really cool. They always have like original stories and stuff, and all kinds of like, let's make sense. Like, how do we explain these designs and tell a story with it to get people interested in it? And Ghost of Starscream and classics designs and stuff like that. So Very, very cool. So we got Alternity, which was the new hotness back in 2009. What else we got? See, again, multiple pages on Alternity. When it's about a real car, you got to really give it the love. You really, really got to give it the love. And you got Mickey Mouse, Convoy, the Disney label. Ugh. Ah, some of the things that are in my collection that if they didn't exist, I'd love to have the money back. You know, and the black repaint for Steamboat Willie, iPod Convoy, MP Grimlock, which was also the new hotness at the time. Then we got Classics. So they're showing, because also Classics was fresh at the time. So we got all the Classics in the Henkei version. So kind of a collection of all of those. What came out there, you could tell the gold spoiler. So it's clearly the Henkei version as opposed to the orange spoiler for Hot Rod. Or Rodimus at the time. That absolutely terrible Cheetor. Oof, that was a rough one. Hot Shot wasn't too bad though. I kind of dug that one. That was a pretty good one. Let's see what else. Let's see what else. Again, more of the kind of exclusives. The Wild Ride Clear Convoy. Extremely rare in Japan was rare. Skywarp. Obviously, it was a Target exclusive here. Not so much a problem. And you got the RC alternator, which came at the tail end of Alternator's lifespan, or excuse me, Binaltech's lifespan in Japan. A lot of cool stuff there too. Yeah. Look at that. Marvel. All the Marvel stuff. Crossovers. Not all of it, but a good chunk of it. Aaron Archer says, Disney label, worst partnership ever. Well, I tend to agree because I thought they were all terrible. And I thought they were silly, and they did a whole bunch of repaints that made no sense, but that's just my 2 cents. We got some Diaclone here. What's cool about this, the next few pages talk about the convoy mold and all the different colors and iterations through the year. So obviously you start here with the Battle Convoy, Diaclone, the drivers, and then obviously America in 84, Japan in 85. And then you get like obviously reissues and variants, Redfoot variants and stuff like that, 2 packs. And then you get into obviously, the Goodbye Convoy set, the statue for Takara employees, the classic edition, which was available in the UK, G2 and its variations and the different color waves, because some had a light blue, some had a dark blue. And of course, the I Am Optimus Prime speaker. And again, reissues, more reissues, gold reissue, the New Year's edition, which came with the I guess we'll call it screen color accurate Action Master, and also came with the very first Matrix of Leadership toy. Pepsi Convoy, that's a good one. Both America and Japan. I think the iPod one, all the different color variations through the years. And these are obviously Ultra Magnus ones here, I guess, but they still include them just to kind of show them. There's that anniversary one, which came with the comic book. I think it was a comic book, a DVD, a voice box, the toy. Nice little package. I believe that was super cheap back in the day, too. Definitely a beauty. And then all kinds of paperwork stuff, catalogs, instructions. Again, this is more for the Japanese market because they would have never seen any of this stuff. Like, they didn't get these little decoy pack-ins with theirs because decoys were distributed a different way for them. So for them to be able to get these little, I guess for Japan, their market, manga stories, very cool stuff for them to kind of be able to get for the first time. All these mail away order sheets that they would have never gotten packed in with their 85, 86 Transformers. And then again, Convoy, how he was planned from day one. This is during the Diaclone era. Maybe he'll look like this. Maybe he'll look like this. Maybe he'll look like this. Maybe the back will look like that. That's kind of crazy. All kinds of different ideas that just never came to fruition. Look at this early roller here. Pretty badass. Very cool. And some of the others, of course, this is the first like kind of early renditions of the dinosaur Robos, which would become Grimlock and stuff. Gee, that looks familiar, that one. So, a lot of cool stuff. Great book also. Again, more alternative stuff behind the scenes. Resin prototypes. Oh! Ew. Ew. Brother, ew. Brother, ew. That's not good. Oh, who do we got here? We got Kuniharu-san. We got, oh God, what's his name? He worked on Star Saber. I apologize, my name escapes me, but that's Kuniharu-san there. Very cool. From the brand point of view, there is no benefit for Hasbro or Takara. It's Mickey Mouse driving Optimus Prime. Not cool for the IP. Definitely not. Definitely not. Guillaume says G2 like glue was my first Optimus Prime. Very cool, man. Hey, and you get the voice box, you get the spring-loaded weapons. T-Formers 2002 says one of those early Diaclone Convoy trailers looks like a Power Master version. Oh, trust me, I'm pretty sure ideas from the late 70s took years to find their way, but it always finds their way. Look at that. Early classics Rodimus. Look at that. Look at that. That Dome Zero looking beauty. Early classics Roddy. Did I skip a page there? I don't want to set that. Oh, look at that. The Starscream, the Astro Train. Look at these early ones here, too. What would have been a Hound? Look at this Hound. Early Hound that never happened. Of course, we would get Hound a couple of years later through Universe 2.0. But early Hound, early Galvatron and Cyclonus. Very cool. Very, very cool. Very cool. Very cool. And then the special mail-away. Get your Black Lige. I actually have this mint on card hanging above my classics collection. Very cool. That was the giveaway item that was on the Obi. Very cool. That's book 1, volume 1. Let's go to volume 2. Hope you guys are enjoying this. Give me a yo if you're enjoying this stuff. The chat is very quiet, so it's obviously people staring. Just want to make sure people are enjoying this stuff because stuff. Got a lot of it. Got a few more that we'll cover. It's a Jima-san. There you go. Kuniharu and Yuki-san. Yeah, Yuki-san I didn't recognize on the left. A Jima. There you go. There you go. So this is volume 2. So this now dives more into Revenge of the Fallen toys and this and that. So a lot of, because this was like, oh, this is the new hotness, out with the mech tech and into the new tech, because everyone was so quiet. I was like, this is the most quiet the chat has ever been ever. I am so shocked how quiet the chat was. I was like, wow, like they are either like super engrossed or not paying attention at all. So, no, it's good to see. All right, awesome. Good to know everyone's still paying attention. More alternative stuff, the Fair Lady Z with Megatron. Never got that one. Should have got that one. That one's kind of cool. Fair Lady Z. Pretty nice, actually. Well, maybe I should track that one down. Silver one's nice. And you got that terrible iPad one, the blaster. A lot of wacky stuff here, too. Let's go to more of the special stuff. Let's see some of the special stuff. So we got more movie stuff. So they're obviously recapping 2007, and 2008, and 2009. Again, Fast Action Battlers. Let's go into, this one here. So it's cool. So now this time around, we had the convoy mold, the truck mold. Let's do Seekers now. So hold on to your balls because here's, Jet Robo, which would become Starscream. And then this is all his Diaclone incarnations. And then, of course, we get into 1985 Hasbro Starscream, 1984 Hasbro Starscream, 1985 Takara Starscream, and then the Goodbye Megatron 2-pack that came with the blue legs. And, of course, we get all the other colors of the rainbow that we're going to go through. G2 Starscream with the voice box. Actually, just the sound effect box in this case. Some of the prototype Seekers that were in the background of the shot that never came to be. With the Red Wings. Clear editions, reissues, variants, e-hobby stuff. More reissues that have variations on them. The Sunstorm. Very cool. And again, more paperwork from American paperwork because Japan never got any of this to look at. They didn't have the same kind of instrument. All of these are like, the Star Collector Club and all that kind of cool stuff. More prototype stuff. Bases, bases, bases. Look at all these bases. That's like, hey, this is like, but look at this. Look, Aaron, look at this. Look at this. Is this not Tidal Wave before it was Tidal Wave? Look at that. Look at that. You know? Gosh, what year was this? This had to be 87. Jeez. So clearly, like during that Fortress Maximus thing, look at these combiners. We can clearly see we got a Datsun here. This is obviously some kind of Toyota Lux 4x4. Can't see the back end here. Could be anything. That could be a Toyota Tercel for all we know. I need lights. This is clearly some kind of Mercedes, but the front end here looks kind of weird. But weird combiner here. That one. Having fun with that one. Yeah, it looks like a little bit Battleship Yamato, eh? Well, this one here especially. This is definitely like a Battleship Yamato. And this is obviously just more basic Japanese. They love their battleships. World War II and the Battle of Midway. But yeah, that's very Yamato, that kind of design, especially with the hull on the bottom there being red, which, I mean, let's be real. Battleship Yamato was practically Star Trek over there in terms of popularity, so, and notoriety within the audience. That looks like Dan Cougar. My goodness. That really looks like Dan Cougar. And look at that. It's all these like combiner trail vehicles. All these really wacky ideas. Isn't that crazy? Some of these I'm kind of like noticing for the first time. Look at this gunhead. This is like before lockdown from the movie. Gunhead Robo. Look at this. Jeez. This is madness. Look at all this madness. It's craziness. And movie stuff. More movie stuff. What book is that? Do I have that book? And you got more behind the scenes, the Fair Lady Z Alternity, and all that device label stuff. The only device label I have is the Ravage, just this one. I never got any of the others. I was thinking at one point of getting the Blaster just because I like Blaster, and I was just like, I think at the time it was like $70, and I was just like, what could you do? What could you do? More behind the scenes stuff, and a cutout coupon. Very cool. Last one of volume 3 in 2009. Got more The Adventures of Ghost Starscream comics, which I will one day hopefully maybe translate for you guys if it hasn't already been done. We got wing-powered Optimus Prime, also known as Jetocomboy, or Jet Prime, or Jetwing Prime. A lot of Revenge of the Fallen stuff. The Twins sold very well this weekend. I had a whole bunch of different Twins stuff, and people were buying it because they just believe that there won't be a studio series. I disagree. I think these guys need to happen. Nice ice cream truck. I love this set. What a great set. Deluxe class price point. You get 2 little scouts combined together. What a great little set, that one. Very cool. Very cool. And this guy here, our big boy, good old Stratosphere. And speaking of big boys, this guy here, real talk, I went to Walmart right when the movie came out. They had like a wall of these. No one was buying them. After the movie came out, they still had a wall of these. No one was buying them. And then one day I go to Walmart, and I used to go to Walmart almost every day because I worked next to one at Burger King, and they were all gone, just like that. I'm pretty sure they did like some crazy liquidation sale, and someone just came in and ate them all up. Ate them all up. Aaron, what'd you say here? You all have no idea. We made 65-70% of what was pitched, and there was a high success rate. Well then. Somewhere out there is Aaron's Batmobile that never happened. We've got more Megatrons. This is all stuff we're all familiar with, except for a good old Ejector, the toaster. There's one that needs to make a comeback. There's all the more smaller scale stuff, all the gimmicky stuff, the Easy collection as they called it, which was our Legend scale, the Gravity bots, which I always thought those were kind of cool. That's always fun, those. And then more movie folks. These are Human Alliance, Autobot Human. It's human. These I always thought were cool. These were, to me, these were like the continuation of alternators when I got these. These were like alternator sized and that more like 1 by 32 scale, and you could fit a pilot in there. I always thought they were cool. A revenge story, the actors, all the actors together. For one last time, plus we got some more art, key art, a lot of key art, some prototype stuff. And then, oh, there's another Mickey that wastes everyone's time and money. How much was Devi in 2009? If I remember correctly, $69.99 Canadian. So probably $59.99 or $49.99 American. Because I think he was like 69 for us. And then what do we got? Oh, this is good. So this book, if you love Minicons and you want to know every single Japanese Minicon from the Micron era, you get this book. So Generations 2009 Volume 3. Oh boy. This is super extensive. Every variation, every store exclusive, every DVD exclusive, every repaint, every single version. This is crazy. If you are looking to complete every Minicon, which it's going to take you a while, but my goodness, this is crazy. They literally document it all. And it'll take you a while, but they cover, look at this. It just keeps going. That's such a cool color scheme. Look at that one. With the Sky Bloom shield. That's nice. But yeah, really cool, this one. Very, very cool. See, it just keeps going. You got like even stuff that goes into more of that Super Link era, and even a little bit. See, like this one here, because this comes from the Costco exclusive. So they even show some of the American stuff in here too, not just the Micron stuff, but the obviously the Armada stuff and the Energon stuff. Oversized, if you want to count that as a Minicon for high wire. Yeah, here's more of the Japanese Super Link stuff. So just everything for Armada and Energon, and to even some of the classics ones, because these were released through classics, like this one's Oil Slick and all of them. Very cool collection. These are the Boss Coffee exclusives. You had to buy coffee to get these. That's like an Erector homage. And I believe his name was Sea Dive, I think was the name of this one. I have these ones. And then the credit card exclusive ones. I had one of these for sale at my parts party, and people were like, why is it $40? I'm like, because you have to get a credit card to get these. A Japanese credit card. So yeah, very cool. So again, if you're looking for Armada complete stuff, don't let the cover fool you. There's a whole section just dedicated to that. So very, very cool. And then it lists everything for you because Japan is just awesome like that. More American paperwork. These are actually UK paperwork because this is the Motivators, yeah, which is pretty much the UK versions of like of the Brain Masters and Breast Masters and stuff like that. More ideas that never came to be. Animal stuff. So much animal stuff. Look at all these ideas. Cool stuff. These are so Machine Robo, though. Very Machine Robo in design. I wouldn't be surprised if Plex probably designed these ones. But yeah. Cat's meowing. Sorry, little buddy. Can't get up here. Got this is clearly like early Raiden. I wouldn't be surprised with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Probably Raiden. Yeah. Early Raiden Train Robo. Very cool. And even some G.I. Joe stuff. G.I. Joe in Japanese, all the G.I. Joe toys. Get that butt shot for Scarlet. Gotta love Japan. Always show the good stuff. Oh, look at these early, look at this, look at these early designs. Early movie stuff. Starscream. Look at this Human Alliance. Ratchet that never happened. That's a really cool one. Wonder who he was supposed to come with. That looks like Josh Duhamel's character. Human Alliance Ratchet. More fun stuff there. Got these guys too. They were also the magazine exclusives, the Skids and Mudflap at G1. Very cool. And then the comic in English. Yeah. Got a few more books left. We're almost done. Let's see. We'll do so now 2009. This one is amazing. So this is their 2010 edition. Sure the OB is straight. I think it complete Rodimus's shape. So this one here is celebrating Transformers 2010 because it was the year 2010, and in 2010 was when MP9 Rodimus Convoy came out. So celebrating the actual year of Season 3 of Japan of G1, celebrating Rodimus because he had a Masterpiece toy debut with MP09. So this is like a very Rodimus-centric one, but there's still a lot of cool stuff from that year because also 2010 is when Japan got animated. So there's a lot of cool stuff in this one, but oh my goodness. Just look at the inside right away off the bat. You know I'm already smiling ear to ear. Very cool one. Very, very cool one. This is their and they only did just one book for this one. The other one, 2009, they did 3 volumes. This one, they only did 1 volume. And it was just this one here. So again, a lot of current product. So obviously this is the man for this issue because MPO9 came out, so they wanted to celebrate that and showing how that worked out, all its beauty. My goodness, this was a good one. You don't have this book, Aaron? You should definitely get this one. This one's a really good one too. You'll see why it gets really good in a moment. A lot of really good stuff here. There's the Bumblebee leader class, the Starscream leader class. Then we get to animated. There's a lot of animated stuff here. A lot of cool animated stuff. All pretty much the sheen of the Japanese versions, you know, and some of the Japanese exclusive stuff. Look how the Bumblebee was for the Elite Guard version. It had the yellow head on that one. If you're looking for variants, obviously you know the Japanese exclusive stuff with the Windblade Optimus Prime and the Hydro Dive Bumblebee, which still to this day people mistranslate the name of that. Hydro Dive Bumblebee. What else we got here? Pretty much all stuff we got in America, except, of course, Mr. here with Blackout. Few little exclusive. Butters, what do you want, dude? Want to go out? One moment, guys. Let me let the cat out. Want to go out, dude? Go get one of the ladies pregnant. Oh, yeah. Actually, he's neutered, so he'll just make some trouble. Oh, here we go. Here's what's cool. All the little Japanese exclusive animated stuff, little variant stuff, little legend stuff, blind pack stuff, store exclusives, giveaways, lucky draws. A lot of cool stuff there. Very cool, very cool, very cool. And then of course line art. Mind you, all this stuff's in the almanac, so this isn't too unique. Nothing really new here. Believe. I don't think there's a single thing. I could be wrong. Maybe there's a single piece of art here that isn't in the almanac, but I'd have to go page by page. And then we get into more 2010 product. At one point, that was the greatest Unicron toy ever made. That 2010 Unicron. People were killing themselves for that one. A lot of good stuff here. There's more Disney label. Ugh. Do you want that one? Or the red one? Or the black repaint? Let's just milk it. Or how about Donald Duck? Or the orange one? Or the black repaint? Let's just milk it. Ugh. Brother, ew. What is that? Ew. Don't like it. Aaron Archer, books in TFs always cost a lot because the fans buy toys over other stuff and the books are printed in normal to small amount. But yeah, when they're gone, they're gone. That's the thing that sucks about these is they become tough to get later. There's a few books I'm still looking for. Let me tell you, I don't like the prices I'm seeing. And I look in Japanese market, you know. So here we go. let's get into it, shall we? Let's get into it. So, what's great about this is if you're as mentally crazy as I am, this covers every variant, every running change, every little difference of everything. So like page here. So let's talk about fist holds. Let's talk about deco changes on the stickers. Let's talk about side stickers. Let's talk about metal to plastic feet. Let's talk about ventilation shape differences. Exposed knees. Ooh. Yeah, I know that. I know that one. What do we got here? Let me look at the chat for a moment. I don't see Cube Blur in there. No, it's more so. Is there any art that's here that's not in the almanac? More like the other way around, because definitely the almanac should cover everything. Um, Fire Guts, Donald Duck. Yeah, that's probably the best way to sell that one. Updated minicons, micromasters, and their bases. Yeah, man, I would just love more micromasters. In all honesty. I forgot that Disney had the Transformers. I only remember the Mickey Prime. Oh, they did quite a few. They would get one mold and milk it to death. Disney sucks. We got Roddy, got the Lucky Draw one. I have this beauty here. Such a great fragile thing that every time I transform it, I freak out about the chrome. Um, and then you got some Micromasters and Chrono Qs and World's Smallest and classics and all their variants and Energon and titaniums. That's a Don Figueroa design and the Menasor repaint. More of this. Anyone saw my shots fired online? There's only one person that's going to tell you if this guy is cool. You're talking to him. And there's the lucky draws. I got these suckers too. This one supposedly someone told me there's only 10 of this made. That's crazy. I think I paid 400 for that one back then. I thought I was paying too much. I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did. Of these, the only one they're missing here, they're missing the custom class from BotCon. They did a Thunder Clash because this is the SWAT team one with Checkpoint. This is the Thunder Clash regular version, and then they did a Shattered Glass Thunder Clash for BotCon 2009. It was the custom class. So that's the only one that's missing of this little collection here. And then of course you got alternators and the repaints that they shared molds with. Very cool. And then you got one of the early designers of Rodimus Comboy being interviewed. Very cool stuff there. More interviews, more paperwork, stuff like that. There we go. We got an interview talking about MP9 Rodimus Comboy. I believe this is Shogo Hasui did this one. I think this is Shogo who did this one. Shogo Hasui. Oh no, this is no, this isn't Shogo Hasui. This is what's his name? Oh, see, it's the guy who did MPO1. Ah, forget. Going off the top of my head with my Japanese friends. Oh, that's some good stuff too. What do we got here? I was making a reference to when Longarm and Shockwave put Blur into the trash compactor. Kobayashi, thank you. Kobayashi-san. Because he did MPO1, MPO2, MPO3, MPO4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then MPO 10 onward was Shogo Hasui up until, I want to say, whatever was the new Starscream, which I want to say was 21, 22. No, probably later than that, maybe 23. So back in the, I remember I talked with him. He was at BotCon 2010 or 2008. I remember talking with him. He did the Carr Brothers. Yeah, he looks like a guy who would have done Sideburn. I could see it in his soul. Help. Good stuff here. Whole interview. Okay, so look at this early Transformers animated concept stuff. Look at that art. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this early animated. Oh man, that's good. That's good. That's some good stuff. All early animated stuff, early concepts. Look at that. They took a Cybertron. Oh man, how do I do this? They took a Cybertron hotshot to convey like armor and stuff. That's funny. And of course, obviously, Windblade, how it came out in the end. Wingubledo. And get the exclusive Elito Gado Comboy. I love this one. This is a great one. For obviously biased reasons. Obviously. Um, Here's the 2012. This is when we get into Transformers Prime. And we get a nice cool poster that was included. You get a nice shot of Metal Hawk. Metal Hawk is a feature in this, which I'll get into in the end of the book. And this one specifically I wanted because it had a prequel story to Transformers Masterforce. But this is when Transformers Prime started to become a thing in Japan with the Arms Micron. So just talking about the voice actors. You can see all the little heads there, all the different voice actors featured in the show. Before Transformers Prime was canceled because it had very low ratings, it was played against the same time slot as Gyro Zetter, which was done by Konami, which was also a transforming robot line, and Crayon Shin-Chan, which is notoriously an extremely popular cartoon in Japan. So no one was tuning in to Transformers Prime, no one was buying the toys, and it got canceled prematurely, unfortunately. I'm not saying the show was bad. Every time I mention facts and numbers, people think that just because I speak the truth, it means I hate it. I'm just calling it as it is. Look, the 86 movie didn't do well. I think it's the greatest movie of all time. So chew on that gum and swallow it and have it sit in your stomach for 7 years. But yeah, really cool Prime stuff. What do we got here? Oh, hello. Oh my goodness. The Transformers popsicle line. I have this. So what's great about it comes in a popsicle box and then it comes in a wrapping, like as if you were buying a popsicle and it transforms. I have the chocolate one. I got this one. I never got the blueberry one. One day I should track it down. I thought it was so weird. I bought it from Azusa's table, probably for absolutely nothing. Based off of a real brand. I believe this is cola flavor, like Coca-Cola flavor, and this one was chocolate flavor. That's what they were supposed to represent. Great stuff. Great stuff. What do we got here? Fawn Heart, obviously. Obviously. Great show, didn't move numbers, ratings, or sales. Totally. Totally. There's the Starscream. That's the one when I think Kobayashi came back. I think he did this one. MP11. There you go. He did that one. And he got more classics flavored stuff, different repaints, some reissues. There's a nice twin cast. It's twin cast. Broadcast was the Japanese version for Blaster. The twin cast, then Kabaya kits when they were getting modernized. I love these. These were so fun. I used to build them at BotCon all the time. Some Dark of the Moon toys. Look at some of these. Q. More Dark of the Moon toys, which I feel kind of was when they started to slip in sales with the movie toys, mostly because of the trends in the toy market. Toys to Life was becoming popular. Oh, there's Kero Scream. I got that one. That's a cool little exclusive. Comes with a little sticker sheet of anime girls in bikinis. Giggity. But Proto, you have a beautiful girl in a bikini in your house right now who probably could hear your voice. Doesn't matter. Could appreciate it. Lucky draw. Good stuff here. What is this? What is this? Oh, this looks like prototype stuff. What is this stuff? Very weird. There we go. Let's get into some Pretender shells, yo. Pretender. Get on, got on, head on. Chojin, Masterforce. Man, look at that. Look at that. Give me Pretenders any day of the week. Look at that. Love those designs. There's some early Pretender stuff there. This looks like He-Man with Battle Cat. Oh my God, this story. I don't know if Jesse Witherich told this story, but I might as well tell it anyways. So the reissue of this was eHobby did the Fortress Maximus, not eHobby, Takara did the Fortress Maximus reissue. eHobby was planning to do a reissue of Grand Maximus from Masterforce, and they dug up the mold for this. The Fortress Maximus sold absolutely terribly in Japan. What a surprise. Absolutely giant item, nowhere to place it in the Japanese market. They were like, well, we took out the mold. We already took the time planning. We're obviously not now going to do the Grand Max repaint and sell to eHobby. Fun Publications contacted me along with Jesse and all of them, and they're like, hey, why don't we just do this into another character? And that's where the Megatron came from. I didn't write the bio for that, though. I forgot who wrote the bio for that one. But that was a cool little story with that. And we got all this cool, oh God, Grandis, easily my favorite Micromaster playset, hands down, easily. More paperwork stuff. Oh, there's some more Masterforce. Got some Jinrai, got some Minerva, got the exclusive Nightbeat colored one. I think I did a review on these years ago. Very, very cool stuff. Very, very cool. Love these. I wish they continued this line. It clearly did not sell well. It sold terrible because they did these two, and I would have, if they did a Road King or a Lightfoot, oh my God, I would have bought like 3 of them just to keep the line going. Prop replica models. Hey, would have you wanted a 1-to-1 scale wheelie from Revenge of the Fallen, or an actual functioning Frenzy jukebox, or what would have been Brains? You know, beautiful, cool stuff in the magazine here. Very, very cool. Striker Optimus lines, early concepts for Human Alliance stuff, but the smaller scale, which I dig that line. Oh, the Arc. Look at the Arc, the early Arc stuff. This was a cool playset. I dug this. I did. Somewhere on the internet on YouTube is me reviewing this playset, and it got like 500,000 views. I don't know why. Somewhere out there. More Kabaya concepts. Transformers Animated. Not animated, Transformers Prime, early designs of the toys, them talking about it. Very cool. So here, part of this was they had an exclusive prequel story for Masterforce where it talked about, like, because Metal Hawk has been on Earth for 300 years prior to the story of Masterforce. So it's him when he was a wandering samurai as a pretender, protecting the Japanese, early feudal Japan against like all these monsters, and especially back then, these Akumas and these Gyomis, all these demons and stuff, which obviously you could tell it's all the old Pretender shell toys that didn't obviously appear in the Masterforce cartoon. So like Bludgeon, so like Bludgeon's an old timey samurai. Oh, it kind of makes sense now. Feudal Japan. So it's like, it's really cool. And then, of course, he's fighting back against them. Bludgeon hits him, and then it reveals, oh, he has, there's obviously Cybertronian, metallic parts under him and stuff. And then all the little feudal Japan kids protect him. And then, of course, the rest of the crew show up and fight back. Very, very cool. I like a nice little prequel story there to Masterforce, which is easily one of my favorite Transformers. There we go. Pretender! Bam! Metal Hawk. Look at that. My boy. Love him. Love him with his sword and everything. Messes up Bludgeon. There's Bludgeon all busted up. So if you wonder where Bludgeon fits in the Japanese G1 continuity outside of a Simon Furman Marvel comic, it's right there, yo. It's right there. Gotta catch them all. Let's do an art book. Easily one of my favorite art books ever. My kind of style of art. Let me take the OB off. This is the Transformers Visual Works book, art book. This is Obari-san, one of my favorite Japanese robot designer artists. One of my favorites, not my favorite. he knows how to draw a good woman in anime, whether it be Fatal Fury or some hentai stuff. He's just amazing, and this is pretty much a celebration of his Studio Ox days doing Generation 1 stuff. And he probably draws the best Rodimus figure Rodimus design I've ever seen. Studio Oxu. Look at that. Look at that. Ah, look at that. Look at the detail, you know, is immense. Let me make sure this is centered. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. You know, the arc leaving. Obari, man, he just knows how to draw a robot. Let me tell you. The whole Minibot team. These, see, like it's a shame it's just this small little panel. That could be blown up and could be a whole page itself. Butters, what's up, man? Didn't beat up anybody outside? Look at that. Defensor for Scramble City. Show the Scramble City designs. Metroplex. Look at this. Goodness. Scramble City. Hashin. Death of Convoy. Because Japan didn't get the movie right away. So you get all of that. And then nothing beats a Studio Ox drawn Rodimus Convoy. This is the money shot right here. Go check out Evan Brooks's Evan Brooks's Instagram account talking about Studio Series Optimus. He does an homage to this photo right here. He uses the Kingdom Rodimus. So if you're curious about that photo of Optimus shaking hands with Rodimus done by Evan Brooks for Studio Series, it's based off of this Obari-san drawing. I made a t-shirt out of this. I literally took, not this one specifically, I took it from another book back in the day, and I scanned it, and I brought it to like a t-shirt store in Montreal and made a t-shirt out of it. I love this image. Love it. Look at the little wiring that go into his little tri-blasters, the little antennas on his shoulders, all these fine details, the double spoiler. I love a Studio Ox Rodimus. The little crest there. This encompasses like the next leader of the Autobots. You know, that's Japan, where they just move forward. They don't go back. New leader, new story every season, you know, passing the torch. America, we get hung up. We have to go back because but man, you know, good stuff. Look at this Devastator. The creation of Devastator done off screen. But there it is there, Obari-san. Devastar. Fantastic. Fantastic. Look at this Megatron too. It's pretty good also. Look at oh my god. Look at the pelvis. This is Obari to an extreme. Look at these the perspective of how he draws Bruticus, Menasor, Devastator. Sometimes he goes a little hog wild there. It's a little Dan Cougar. Again, anyone who knows Dan Cougar. Jeez. And look at it. Again, every one of these are a page turner. Look at this. This Triptychon with all the individual. There's all the Seekers in there with Starscream chilling. You want to talk about continuity error? There's Megatron, but there's Galvatron because at the time they didn't know that they were two separate characters. And then of course we would retcon fiction that would explain it better, where it's Galvatron 2 and time travel and craziness. But you know, man. See, same thing. An Obari drawn Galvatron just beats anything. And Gilthor. Anyone who went to TFCon back in the day, these two were made into posters and sold illegally. Not going to say who was selling them, but they made a pretty penny with those "We Are Cybertron, We Are Destron" posters. Managed to get some money out of that. Great stuff. This art book. If you could ever, and I'm barely like 20% into it, but man, here you go. Megatron versus Optimus, Galvatron versus Ultra Magnus on the shoulder of Metroplex. You know, more beautiful Obari art. That's a hot rod Obari, so it has a different kind of proportion. Line art, colors. Very good, very good, very good. These ones here, some of these were found in the Viz manga pages, the color pages. They included some of these as little extras. There's some victory, because obviously these were the Viz manga pages stuff. There you go, some of the story pages for Zone, with the Zodiac and Big Powered, and the Zone Sword. They got Battle Stars, revival of Megatron by Star Giant, aka Dark Nova, using the Zodiac to revive Optimus Prime, because at the time Rodimus had the Matrix, so Sky Gary had to go get it from him. And you got Operation Combination, which was like the last of G1 technically from Japan. All these beautiful covers. These were covers exclusively made for the compilations of the mangas, which are like their giant phone book style manga compilations in Japan. Really nice ones too. These were done by, I want to say Hikaru-san did these. These were all for eHobby. These were always like when you bought eHobby stuff, sometimes they'd have like a little 4-page manga included. So like I believe this is for the black repaint of Convoy. I believe this was for the blue leg Megatron. Yeah, see, because that's probably what they're for. Because this is the Orion packs from the book box 2-pack. A lot of wacky stuff there. This is a nice one too. Appreciate that one, Aaron. You got Optimus Prime, and then you got the reflection in the breastplate Armada Prime there. It's a nice one. I wonder who drew that. Doesn't say. Some good SD art from the 80s. More eHobby art. A lot of eHobby art here. A pamphlet for the 2007 movie and a promo item to get a Protecto Black Ironhide. Look at that. And some Kamen Rider. Good stuff. Oh, there you go. There's the Orion packs and the Pepsi Convoy. More art there. G2 art. That's not Obari. That stuff. This is all the G2 story stuff. Great book. Oh, Aichan and Moon. Artemis. Excuse me, Artemis. And then you got more line art from Obari. This is all Obari line art. So you're gonna get some really good Rodimus in a moment. Let's get to the Rodimus one. This is the Rodimus line art for Obari, showing how the back is done. Very nice. Same thing there, and you got RC too. Very good, very good. Very good, very good. Very good, very good. What else we got? The line art for the Triptychon. Jeez. Uh. Some of the other fembots. You search for Alpha Trion. Very cool. Even Beta and some of the others. These were usually found, these were drawn by Studio Ox, but these were found in TV Magazine, and they would always relate to whatever was the ongoing story at the time in the show. So if it was like an episode about Quintessons or something. So that's why you'll see stuff that's kind of familiar in terms of story. Only Human. There's more. I like this one because it shows RC if she had like hair. It's kind of a weird one. And then these weird proportions for this one for Hot Rod. I actually have the poster of this in color. It was a movie poster for the 2006 movie. I have that one. I'm surprised it's not in this book in full color. But I think I got that poster also from Tony. Not sure. Tony Prito. When you buy so much, sometimes you don't know where you got it. Another great one. Oh, there's Minerva. There's some Minerva love there. Some good stuff. Good stuff. Hope you guys are enjoying this stuff. A lot of good stuff here. I know in the replays, people are going to be eating this stuff up because people are usually not used to a Sunday. That's a good one. And the last one we're going to do is the newest one. This literally came out last week. It came in the mail. This is the 2024 Generations book. So you're getting the exclusive. So I don't think anyone has scanned this yet. for the 40th anniversary. So yeah, comes with a poster, and the poster features all the leaders throughout the years. So you get like there's Armada, nice cool poster celebrating all of that. Because again, it's the 40th. Let's see what's in here. I only kind of skimmed through. Of course, we got the brand new masterpiece MPG 07 Super Jinrai, also known as MP60 Jinrai. So that's not really news to any of us, but definitely hype because it's Masterforce. And well, in case you haven't been paying attention, love me a Masterforce. Got some Missing Link here, which also is the new hotness right now. I have him on pre-order because Cliff Jumper's awesome. We got the Diaclone colors of Raiden with Yamabuki and Gino. Gino and Yamabuki. Yamabuki is awesome. Nice to see her get some love. There's some line art here. Then, of course, our HasLab, which I'm pretty sure everyone dropped a dime on that one. Some more new items here. Ooh, are we going into the prehistory? Oh, we're going into prehistory stuff here. Oh, we're going into real prehistory stuff here. So there's some Kojin Ono, very first Diaclone Sunstreaker, because Kojin Ono designed technically the very first, the LP500 Sunstreaker Countach. Ooh, look at that. Doesn't even have the head proper on that one. Oh yeah, geez. So fun fact, Kojin Ono's very first car when he was working at Takara was the Honda City Turbo, and that's why we have a Honda City Turbo with what's called the Moto Campo, which was when you bought a Honda City Turbo in Japan, in the trunk was the Moto Campo, which was this little gas-powered scooter. And the idea in Japan was as you drove into a public parking spot, because not a lot of people would have cars, and then you would take the Moto Campo, which would be close to work, to get there. So obviously it wasn't that successful for Honda, but it's the thought that counts, and that was Kojin Ono's car when he worked at the company. So just kind of how it is. Sometimes you find your personal vehicle makes its way into a line about cars. Doesn't surprise me. But yeah, nice little story with that one. There's a nice prototype Starscream if you ever saw one. Oh my goodness, that is a hot mess. But yeah, wow, this is really good. I'll be honest with you guys. I think I only skimmed through this like quickly when I got it. I'm kind of experiencing this with you for the first time, so bear with me. I'm kind of enjoying this. This is nice stuff. Oh, look at that. That is definitely early Datsun. Look at that. Look how they did the transformation. Totally different. Oh my goodness. 240 ZX. Maybe even 250, 270 ZX. No, definitely 240 with the way the headlights are. But my goodness. Very nice. Very, very nice. Of course, a Jeep Willie goes back to the 40s. Didn't change for like almost like 30 years. So you're not going to reinvent the wheel with Hound, that's for sure. You know, good stuff. Oh, there was the event, Our Origin. Would have loved to go to that, and they're the exclusive Bumblebee figure that was there. A lot of cool stuff. They had cool Beast Wars keychains. Ooh, I would have loved to get that. That's really cool. Japan that gets all those cool like little pop-up events in Akihabara. Mm-mm-mm. Great exhibition. Shout out to my boys in Japan, man. Then we got some modern stuff, more modern stuff, more modern stuff, more Aaron Archer stuff. We don't want that, right? More modern stuff, some Derek stuff, some Canadian stuff. I guess we'll say in the case of Beast Wars. We'll get to the good stuff. So, because they always do some kind of feature. More modern stuff, more modern stuff. You have to understand, like, the Japanese market, sometimes the way that they get a lot of this information outside of Snackis is probably the Protoman equivalency for their community. And, but these books are kind of like how they get all of this stuff too. Masterpiece. That's a good masterpiece. Oh, here we go. What do we got here? What's the feature? Oh, Transformers Earthspark. Well, this is definitely talking about the funeral. Well, had a good run. While I will say, if you love Earthspark, and I kind of do, this is probably the best way to get figures of these characters were the Japanese versions. They had the most paint on them. The budget was definitely there for that. And we got some model kit stuff. Oh, look at that Kotobukiya Bishojo. Gotta love these. Very cool. The Starscream. Actually, Kotobukiya is going to be at Otakuthon in a couple of weeks from now, the anime convention I work with. So it'd be cool to check them out. I believe last year, exactly 1 year ago, they were showing off the Optimus and I believe the Megatron, and I think the black repaint had just come out. So let's see what they'll have on display there this time. After so this is all line art stuff for the Masterpiece Jinrai, showing how the design is for that. And then you got Missing Link, so they're probably going to show Missing Link magic there, of course, and the whole process for Missing Link. These books I eat up. These books I eat up every time. I love this kind of stuff. Again, if you want to get into toy design and you ain't buying this stuff, I mean, these books are like $20, but they're so invaluable in terms of like learning the whole process and what's here. You know, I mean, come on. Like, geez. It's just great. Just like showing how like this is different than the original Convoy and how they worked in the joints. There's a mushroom joint there, a pressure joint, and a ridge joint. There's the little Noxon and everything. Great, great, great. Loadouts. Mobile loadouts, everything. Oh, look at that. Let's talk Lyo Comboy. Unfamiliar with that face. Aaron, any idea? Unfamiliar with this gentleman. And then we got some manga, but Yamabuki. This has not been translated yet. Ooh, this might be some news right now. Here, I'll do it like this. That way they could take photos for the front pages of websites afterwards. So here's the pages of the new manga story by Yuki Ashima, aka Mr. Kissplay. Take a screenshot of that if you want. Guys at TFW or otherwise. There you go. There's a Toddy from Kissplay. And we've got Megazarek showing up, aka Scorponok. I'm trying to put my thumb somewhere where you could kind of edit it out afterwards. And what we got there was shot Yamabuki. There we go. Oh. You guys could enjoy it for later. Oh, Yuki Ashima, you had to do that shot, eh? Couldn't help yourself. Based. Good old Yuki Ashima. Love it. Love it. And there we go, the money shot. Diaclone Combiner prototype. Bam. Bam! And we end it with this, which we're not gonna go through this because we want to promote it. But that's it more or less. Timed it perfectly, actually, now that I think about it. We were right at the 2-hour mark. So I hope you enjoyed it. Let's pull it back to my face for a moment. If you even want to see that ugliness, but I will do this. Yeah, there we go. So that's it more or less. So again, go check out Aaron Archer's book, archermonster.com/shop. Pay an extra $15, get a nice pretty sketch in there. I think I have the slide too. Where's the slide? Where's the slide? Actually, no, I have a mouse here. Silly me. Totally forgot I had this here. There we go. So go check that out, archermonster.com/shop. We just talked about beautiful books today. Why don't you go get one? 36 full color pages. Again, I'm only going to show the one page because it's my favorite, and you could go check out the rest when you buy it. Scroll down. Go check that out. Beautiful stuff. He'll sign the inside for you. Pay a little more, and he'll give you a nice doodle of your favorite boy or gal. Good stuff. And scan that QR code. Stay connected. Check it all out, yo. Glare. There we go. There we go. So yeah. Hope you guys had a good time. So again, let's just bring up the last slide here, which is the San Diego slide. Where is it? So I'm going to be at San Diego Comic-Con starting, I don't even know when it's open to the public. I'm going to be in there Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I don't know day. Booth 3,247. I'll be next to the Mezco and Bandai Namco, probably the Dragon Ball stuff, if I have my luck. Right in the heat of all the action. Go check that out. I'll be there. Come by. That's why we're recording from the Asian-inspired kitchen with a squeaky chair in the breakfast nook. Again, go check out archermonster.com/shop. Go pick up his beautiful art book. I believe there's 5 or 6 copies left of Volume 2. This is Volume 3, so go get Volume 2 while it happens. I remember at TFCon weekend, people were asking for Volume 1, and we were like, sold out, my man. Sold out. Go check out Symbiote Studios. Used to which direction I'm pointing. Go check out Symbiote Studios and their stuff. We will be at Symbiote Studios' booth at San Diego Comic-Con. I don't know what else to say. I might record a segment tomorrow, and the segment you will get on Tuesday will be a pre-recorded segment, and then there will be no Transformer Slag podcast stuff Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. If you do want stuff, I will be posting stuff on the socials, on Twitter, because obviously I will be at the breakfasts and the panels and all that kind of stuff. So I will do updates in real time there, but it won't be the podcast itself. So just kind of follow that stuff. If you haven't already, then what are you doing? It won't be on the Insta, but it'll definitely be on the Twitter because that'll be quicker to do on the phone. Aside from that, that's more or less it. Proto, what am I having for dinner? Zucchini was made by the lovely lady. I was going to have some fried zucchini. I don't know what else really. I didn't have a plan. Just kind of was going to wing this one here and show some cool stuff. Also, again, if you come by the booth, we have these. We have very limited numbers of these available. Am I doing this way here? Very limited numbers of these. Actually, here, let's do this. No, that's not it. Anyways, there we go. We have very limited numbers of these available. $15 each. Ask by name. They will not be on the table for licensing reasons, obviously. Just ask me if you see me at the booth. Go, hey, Protoman, are you still selling one of those Mega Drives or Optinesses or whatever? I'd like to shoot something, you know? So go ask me for those. They'll be available $15 a piece. That's it, more or less. Again, thank you for coming to the Transformer Slag podcast Sunday night hangout. Checked out some cool books. Hope you enjoyed it. People were really quiet. They're probably just like checking out everything. But thanks for tuning in and everything. Again, there will probably be a segment tomorrow. There'll be a segment Tuesday morning, a pre-recorded one, and then there will be nothing for the rest of the week. You'll have Aaron Archer on Friday. Or Aaron, you could take over Saturday. Do the Saturday, Aaron. If you have time, you could do a Saturday to fill my slot. Giggity. But that's it, more or less. Thank you again, guys, for all the love and support. Just wanted to kind of do an extra thing because I wasn't going to be doing anything else this week, so I figured I'd do a little special thing like this. We'll go back to our regularly scheduled in the TF room the following Saturday. Not the Saturday coming up, the one afterwards. But until then, take care of yourself, your loved ones, your friends, and your families. I'm going to be leaving on a jet plane soon. And yeah, check out Symbiote Studios, check out Toy Armada, check out all those lovely people. And I am out of here. Take care of yourselves. And we are one.
We're one transformer 立ち上がれ We're one transformer コグパワーチェンジ We're one One chance 戦え時